Searcy County.
Ellen Griffin, Chairman. We have 20 delegates elected, 3 alternates. We have 10 delegates here and 1 alternate. For delegates.
Thank you. Sebastian County.
We have 16 delegates here.
Folks, we're almost done with the county tax. Couldn't hear either.
I'm going to repeat, as I understood it. You said that some have been appointed?
Yeah, true.
Okay, so were they, my position as the chair is that any appointments are in violation of our rules. However, I do believe that sometimes it is practiced that some counties will make a motion at the end of their convention that any positions that are vacant may be filled by the chairman. Did your county make that motion? Okay, it's still not a position that is in violation of the rules, but I do understand people have traveled far, and I want to put this to a vote of the body to make that decision. So how many, sir, just so everybody has the information, how many did you appoint? 10. The chairman of Sebastian County appointed 10 individuals. They did make a motion at the conclusion of their convention that he can appoint them. Again, I believe that's a violation of the rules, that these people did travel, and I do believe that some counties have done that, so it is up to you to decide if they are to remain seated. So, do I have a motion?
Point of order.
Yes.
In the rules that were handed out in the packet, it says that no item of business except for elections shall extend beyond 20 minutes, including all secondary motions without a vote of the convention to extend limits of debate. We've been on this item for almost 2 hours.
Thank you very much for that statement. I agree with trying to expedite things. However, those rules have not been adopted. So this body is going to direct how we handle these things, and credentialing is incredibly important. And I do believe once we get through credentialing and everybody is satisfied with how it's done, everything will move very quickly from there on. So let's go ahead and deal with this. That is my ruling. Do you want to appeal?
I do.
Okay. So he is now going to appeal the ruling of the chair. We have not adopted those standing rules. I'm not even sure that that's actually proper. Okay, yeah, it's not, okay, the parliamentarian is agreeing with me, it's not appealable, so, try again.
Could be.
Later. Okay, do I have a motion? Do I have a motion to seat the 10 delegates from Sebastian County that were appointed? Okay, there is a motion, I'm sorry, by Barbara Tillman. Is there a second?
What was her motion?
Okay, it
I
has been
didn't hear her
seconded.
motion.
Ms. Herzl, do you have a point of order? Go ahead.
Because they've already been seated, you would need a motion to remove them, not
Okay.
a motion to seat them.
You're right, thank you. You are right. Okay, so the motion, all right, let's make sure, don't confuse everybody. So now the motion is to remove the 10 people from Sebastian County that were appointed and have received delegate badges. So if you vote aye, you are voting to remove them. If you vote nay, you are voting to allow them to remain seated with their delegate badges.
Point of order, no one made a motion yet, but I'll so move that motion.
Okay, so that is the motion. It has been seconded. The 10 who are in question, please do not vote. They're not allowed to vote. Yes, ma'am.
Point of information, I'd like to ask the recommendation of the parliamentarian up there on how he feels, or excuse me, what his opinion is based on your ruling that says the county committee cannot appoint people to fill the vacancies when that's what they elected that chair to do at the county convention. I would like to hear from the parliamentarian.
So, in my opinion, a delegation can fill vacancies in their delegate body if they do it properly. I think there's a big difference between the chair just assuming that authority versus the body granting the authority, as is in this case. So I think the first one would be a violation of rules. In my opinion, that's all it is. It's all it is advice. The first instance would be a violation of that rule, and the second one would not.
So it is the parliamentarian's position that if the convention body has a motion that the chairman can appoint, then it is proper. I disagree, but that is why we're giving it to you all to decide, okay? Because we're merely here as chairman and parliamentarian to provide advice when necessary to facilitate orderly and civil discussion. So the choice is yours. We have a motion. And it has been seconded. The motion again is to remove the 10 individuals from Sebastian County that were appointed by their chairman. And there was a motion at the end of his convention to give him that authority. Okay, all those. You have a point of order? Okay.
So, the gentleman stood up and asked if the rules are going about this appointment process. He said the rules are going to be adopted or voted upon.
Right.
Okay, so what have we done in the last 2 hours to vote on rules that don't exist or were adopted upon?
So we're abiding by RPA rules and Robert's Rules of Order to get through credentialing. The credentialing is very critical because we're making sure that everyone who is here voting is in fact eligible to vote. That is what we're dealing with.
Are you saying you're only upholding credentialing rules at this time, and what authority do you have to only pick and choose rules of the RPA? My understanding is you just said that he has no authority. We are not going to uphold those rules at this time. Sit down, what you just said. We are not adopting those rules. Sit down, is what you just said. So if you are making it very clear that the RPA rules do not apply right now, then what do we do?
These are convention rules, and convention rules requires credentialing to be first. Okay, you can go.
I don't know, he didn't say who he was.
Section 58.
So are we in a position then that did you just nullify every action that she's taken under RPA rules, that RPA rules no longer apply to parliamentarians? She just said the rules don't apply.
So the chair in this instance is absolutely correct. The convention standing rules have not been adopted yet. So they have no force and effect. They're different than the RPA rules.
I'm just clarification. We have rulings based on RPA rules the whole time we've been here, but now you're saying that those rules don't apply. That's why I'm confused. You just admitted that the RPA rules do not
That was
apply.
in relation to questions regarding county conventions and their procedures. Okay, so.
The position was on RPA rules, and you made it very clear. RPA
I do
rules
believe
do
it
not
has
apply.
been asked and answered. The standing rules have not been adopted. That is very
You just
close.
I'm saying you just legally nullified everything you have done tonight, today.
Liar, troublemaker.
Official position as chairwoman under the RPA rules, and then you just said that the RPA rules no longer apply.
Why do you want to
I'm just going to go ahead and give you a heads up that your method of questioning is borderline dilatory. I want to allow you to speak, but I believe we have answered your questions. The RPA rules have been spoken to as it relates to the county conventions. We are following Robert's Rules of Order. If you have your copy, look at 59 through 60. If you look in 59, I believe it's 14, 59 or 58, 14, it talks about what must be done and in what order. Credentialing is first, and that is because we will be voting on everything after that, including standing rules and the program. So I promise you, we are getting to it, but we need to get through this because having everyone here having confidence in the outcome of these votes is of utmost